so we're implementing a new segment here on the show. The athlete tweets. Tweathletes. That's not right.
Can you start over?
Twathletes. Ooh, twathletes. We're starting a little segment on the show called Twathletes, maybe. The tweets of athletes. And I think it's going to be outstanding because so many of these athletes tweet, and these guys are basically
zero boundaries.
Fucking morons. So they have no idea how dumb they sound. Occasionally, though, you'll get a smart one or a really kind one. In fact, we have both a smart and kind one today, Curtis Granderson of the Yankees. But then we'll get into some moron behavior, and we found a moron. So let's begin with Shawne Merriman, the linebacker. Did he play last season with the Chargers, or did he not play at all last season?
He was out pretty much the whole season, and then got picked up by the Bills, and it was just a wacky, crazy season for Shawne Merriman.
He got picked up by the Bills. It seems like his career is certainly at a crossroads. I don't think he's officially retired yet. He was a great player for the Chargers. So Shawne Merriman says about Donald Trump, why wouldn't Donald Trump make a good president? I want to know. There you go. Because a guy who does that to the side of his head, man, I want to know what you have to say about presidential politics. And then he adds, I think Donald Trump should, quote, at least be an advisor to the financial department, as bad as our country is. When he put out the tweet saying that why wouldn't Donald Trump make a good president, I want to know, he got a response tweet from Your Due Someday. And Your Due Someday said, we could start with the fact that he's racist. Okay, so there you go. But Shawne Merriman at least would like Donald Trump involved as an advisor to the financial department. But I can't remember what department is that, the financial department of the United States. It's not Costco, okay? It's the country. Anyway, Shawne Merriman, God bless him. Okay, so we also have Logan Morrison of the Florida Marlins, who's on my rotisserie team. God bless him. Just came off the disabled list. This just shows you the power that these guys could have because Logan Morrison, do you know how many followers Logan Morrison has?
He has a lot.
He has a lot of
followers.
He's
becoming a popular guy, especially on SI.com with the podcast.
Yeah, so he's a thoughtful athlete, and he's got a lot of followers. So he goes to this restaurant, I guess, up in New York when they were playing the Mets. Is that right?
Believe so, yeah.
And he writes, just ate at the worst place ever. Ben Ash, bad food, bad service. Like, this could do damage. Like, people read this. And if it's Ben Ash is, I guess, a chain in New York, we think. That's where we found it, right?
Yeah, we think so, yeah.
And what kind of food does it have?
Doesn't have a great menu. A menu.
Read some of what's on the menu. I like it because it can't figure out what the hell it is.
I'm trying to find it. I remember they had salmon.
Yeah, they have like sturgeon and whitefish and salmon. And so you're thinking, oh,
omelets, French toast.
It's like a Jewish deli. Like they got the whitefish, which I hate, but whatever. So people like that. The Jews like that. Okay, no problem. And then you got the omelets and the French toast, so they have other breakfast alternatives. And then you keep reading down the menu, and then you're like, oh, popcorn shrimp, right? And like buffalo wings. Like, what are we doing? How do you do? You can't have whitefish and popcorn shrimp on a menu.
Those are actually both on the appetizers.
Yeah, you got.
They're like 3 apart.
You got to make a. You got to make a call. You can't have tamales and lasagna. How
about some Maryland crab cakes?
Yeah, you can't have Maryland crab cakes and sturgeon and French toast. You gotta make a decision. You can't have falafel and something else. Anyway, so interesting that Lolo Marlins has tweeted that. Okay, and then finally we mentioned Curtis Granderson. So Curtis Granderson sent out a couple of tweets. First one he says is email.
One of the best guys in baseball.
He's a great guy. He was a great guy with the Tigers, was incredibly involved in the community. And then he's been traded to the Yankees before last year. And he wants to, he's off to a great start this year. Email me a 30-second video, he says, of why you should get tickets to a game, no longer than 30 seconds. And then he says, email it to curtis@curtisgranderson.com. And the winner, he says, will get 2 tickets. And then later, I guess he was challenged as to why it only has to be local. He says, okay, let's not do random them. I tell you what, ticket contest coming up could be for the home or road, so you don't have to be in New York to win. He's just involved, man. He's using Twitter for real sort of social networking and outreach, and everything you hear about Curtis Granderson is awesome. He's a He's rapidly becoming my favorite current baseball player. He actually can't have that because he plays for the Yankees. But if you were playing if you were playing for anybody else, I'd be prepared to make him my favorite baseball player. And it's not his fault that he plays for the Yankees.